Hi everybody, and you're very welcome to our Los Angeles English School YouTube channel. If you don't know me yet, my name is Helen. I'm head teacher here at Los Angeles English School, and today we're going to talk about IELTS and TOEFL essay writing. So for IELTS and TOEFL, the essay actually is the same. So the writing task number 1 is different, but it doesn't matter if you're going to take IELTS or TOEFL, you can prepare for essay writing today. And it's really good news. Today we're going to focus on advantages versus disadvantages essay, because in my previous video, and I don't remember exactly how many videos I have, but you can visit and check out the playlists for IELTS and TOEFL. I've already talked about essay writing, but it can be very different. And today we are going to be focusing on advantages versus disadvantages. If you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, of course, if you'd like to get notified of all our upcoming videos. You can also visit our website losangeles.englishschool.com and check out our methodology, and you can watch some demo lessons. If you want to study English at our school, you can do it from any point of the world from Skype. Alright, and now let's dive into our essay. Okay, so let's take a look at the essay question. So for example, information technology enables many people to do their work outside their workplace, for example, at home. Do the benefits of this mobility outweigh the disadvantages? Use specific reasons and examples to support your opinion. So here you have a question that specifically asks you about advantages and disadvantages of something. And it's important first to do the following, because you need to write down minimum 2 body paragraphs. First, you can think how to put different ideas in these 2 body paragraphs. And of course, it's very personal. There are many different options. For example, in your first body paragraph, you can write down about disadvantages or advantages. In the second body paragraph, you write down about, so in the first body paragraph, advantages, in the second body paragraph, disadvantages. Or you can write on only about advantages. So maybe you don't see any disadvantages. Then you can write one advantage in one body paragraph and describe it. And in the second body paragraph, you can write on another advantage and describe it. Or maybe you see only disadvantages. So then you write down only about disadvantages and you divide them into 2 different paragraphs. So maybe you can think of different categories of these disadvantages. But today I'm going to share with you the most common thing, the most common type. It's where in one paragraph you write about advantages and in the second paragraph you write about disadvantages. So normally, typically, from my experience, all things, they have advantages and disadvantages, and it's easier just to list all advantages in one paragraph and then all disadvantages in another paragraph, and I'll show you how you can do this. So first you think about pluses, and before you start writing, you need to make a list of all pluses and of all minuses. And I'd like you now to take a moment and to think about all pluses and all minuses that we can experience while working from home because of the technology. So think about pluses and minuses, and you actually can type them in the chat box for me. So let's do it. Alright guys, so I'll share some pluses that I have thought of and also some minuses, but of course you can share yours as well, and we will see, maybe you have thought about the same things. Alright, so if you think about the pluses, they are: so employees work better from home, traveling to work, time-consuming and tiring. So the second one, it's more free time, better time management, and work-life balance. The third one, parents with young kids, so it allows them flexibility and they're less stressed. And number four, employers can reduce workstations in the office and it's rather cost effective. So if you're an employer, of course, you will realize how cost-effective home working is. So first you list all pluses, then you think about minuses that you can think of, and minuses are: so home working requires special skills like self-discipline and time management. So not all people can actually work from home successfully, and they need first to acquire those skills. The second one is lack of social side of work. So there is no face-to-face communication with your co-workers, and I know that some people even can get depressed because of this. And the third one, so it may lead to health issues, sedentary lifestyle, if no self-discipline. Yeah, we can also have sedentary lifestyle even if we go to the office, but you walk somewhere, so you leave your home. But if a person is not self-disciplined, then we could assume that such people, they even don't leave their home and without walking to the office, so they will actually not move at all. So here, possible pluses and possible minuses. Again, a reminder, if you have a question about advantages and disadvantages, you take a moment and you take a sheet of paper and you need to list all pluses and all possible minuses. So this is the first thing that you need to do. The next thing, you need to think about a plan. Yeah, so how you will organize your essay, which is very important. The first one is introduction. It's for every type of essay, doesn't matter which. Then we have body paragraph 1, we will write about advantages in our case, and body paragraph 2, we will write about disadvantages. So there has to be minimum 2 body paragraphs for all essay types. And finally, again, for every essay, you would need a conclusion. So introduction, minimum 2 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. So now let's take a look at how to write the introduction. And I recommend to write the introduction for all essay types in the following way. It's very easy and it's not time consuming, and it's really effective. So the first step, you write a general statement on the topic. Then you rewrite the prompt question of the essay in your own words. And then answer the question and tell the reader what you are going to write about. So let's look what I mean by that. So here our essay question. Information technology enables many people to do their work outside their workplace, for example, at home. Do the benefits of this mobility outweigh the disadvantages? So here is an introduction, but the sentences are in the wrong order. Take a minute and try to reorganize the sentences. So guys, put these sentences in correct order so that we'll have the introduction. So can you type A, B, C? So just write down letters in the correct order. All right, so let's take a look at the correct answers. So we first write a general statement on the topic, which is, there is no doubt that the impact of technology in modern life is immeasurable. So this is a very general statement. You don't paraphrase anything. Yeah, we're talking about technology, and we write a very abstract statement on the topic. The next sentence is, you rewrite the prompt question in your own words. So the existence of the internet, video conferencing appliances, smartphones, laptops, and iPads has made it possible for many to work from home. And finally, you answer the question. So do you think that there are more advantages or disadvantages, or maybe you think that there are both advantages and disadvantages, and what to do with these advantages and disadvantages. So you also can write what you think you should do with this. So while there are some disadvantages to this, I think that benefits that are brought by home working outweigh them enormously, provided we have time management skills and are self-disciplined. So here I state my opinion, what I think about it, because you need also to answer the question. And the question is, are there more advantages or more disadvantages? And here I say, yeah, there are some disadvantages, I agree, but if we practice some necessary skills, there are only benefits that remain. So this is my main point. So this is how you can structure the introduction. The next, we agreed to write down 2 body paragraphs, and today we will put advantages in one paragraph and disadvantages in another one. So this is the most common way of organization. So how to write this paragraph? So you write opening statement and explanations and examples. So what does it mean? We were talking about different advantages. So before you start writing, you need to have a list of pluses and minuses. Now you need to put all the pluses that you think exist in this paragraph. You open a statement. So for each advantage, you just write down an opening statement to show this advantage, and then you explain and exemplify that specific advantage. So for every advantage, there has to be opening statement and some explanations and examples. So here I have a little task for you guys. Take a moment, read these sentences and organize them correctly in a paragraph. So take a moment and do it right now. Alright guys, so I hope that was enough time for you. And now let's look at the answer. So a reminder, opening statement for each advantage and explanations and examples. So here we go. You also can see that there are phrases that are in blue. These are important transitional phrases, and they are also called signposts. It means that you show the examiner that you connect your ideas, you give examples, and you present your advantages. So pay attention to these nice expressions and try to use them as well. So to begin with, one of the biggest benefits of working from home due to mobile technology is that people can work far more efficient because they do not have to commute to the office, which is often time-consuming and tiring. Therefore, home workers can start their day fresher and to work with pleasure and enthusiasm. Secondly, home working allows you more free time, and thus you can manage your work-life balance in a more effective way. For instance, to work on your personal projects or to do things around the house during your lunch break. One more upside which cannot be denied is flexibility that working from home gives parents with young kids. It can reduce stress levels and you get more free time to spend on children. On top of that, modern technology enables employers to run their businesses in a cost-effective way because they can reduce the number of workstations in the office and move to a smaller site. So here you can see how we list all advantages that we have thought of before writing, and you connect them together by giving examples or explanations. So this is the easiest way to organize your body paragraphs for this type of essay. Alright, so guys, let's move on to the next paragraph. So we also were talking about, about pluses. It's not the next paragraph, we are still on the same paragraph. So here I also want to share with you some nice phrases, how you can present different advantages, and to give some examples, and also to draw a conclusion if necessary. So you can use such phrases as to begin with, first, firstly, first of all, secondly. One more upside which cannot be denied is another plus, on top of that, moreover. To give an example, for example, for instance, to illustrate, and to draw a conclusion. So it's not a final conclusion, you also can draw some conclusions within the body paragraphs. So you can use phrases thus, so, consequently, and therefore. And also I want to share with you some synonyms that you can name your advantages, because it's very crucial that you avoid repetition and you don't say the same, you don't write, the same words all over again. So instead of advantage, you could use the words benefit, upside, positive aspect, and plus. I know that there is a word pro, like you have pros and cons, but I would not recommend using these words, pros and cons, in your essay, because they are very colloquial. So you would use them in speaking rather than in writing. Alright, so make sure you vary the phrases and you don't repeat yourself. Okay, now moving on to our second paragraph, where we work in exactly the same way. We only list disadvantages. So again, you have opening statement for each advantage that you have, and then you need to give explanations and examples, again, to each disadvantage. So now we will practice a bit. So here we have sentences. I give you 2 minutes to look through the sentences and organize them in one big paragraph. So you have about 2 minutes. You can type your answers in the chat box. Alright guys, so I hope that that was enough for you. And let's look at the answers. Okay, so here also pay attention. We have some nice phrases that you could use to show disadvantages and also to show some conclusions. So having said that, it means like however. Usually you show the contrast, and this is a nice phrase to use in your second body paragraph when you will write down about disadvantages. So having said that, we cannot deny that teleworking has its drawbacks as well. One substantial downside to telecommuting is lack of social side of work. The absence of face-to-face communication with co-workers might be the reason for bad mood or even depression. Another point worth mentioning is that work outside the office requires special skills such as self-discipline and time management. Therefore, it is a must to be able to plan all activities correctly for a person who needs or wants to work from home. Finally, there is one more minus: the danger of sedentary lifestyle. For people who cannot organize themselves to take regular breaks from their monitors, go to the gym, or just walk outside. As a result, they will experience serious health issues in the long run. So again, you can see that we just listed all the minuses that we thought about, and also we used nice expressions to connect all those disadvantages, and you can see a nice body paragraph. So, and that's it. Very easy. To me, I think it's very easy. Alright guys, I hope that to you now it seems easy too. And finally, of course, we need to go to our conclusion. So what to do here? You just need to paraphrase the prompt sentence. What is the prompt sentence? The prompt sentence is actually that question, like the statement before a question, yeah? So information technology enables many people to do their work outside their workplace. This is our prompt sentence. We paraphrased this prompt sentence in our introduction as well, and you may ask to what to do to paraphrase it one more time. Exactly, you need to paraphrase it again. So you see that you need to be able to paraphrase a lot for writing essays. So you paraphrase the prompt sentence again, but in a different words. And don't forget to include phrases like in conclusion or to summarize. And then the next thing that you do is you summarize advantages and disadvantages and write what should be done, so you can recommend some future actions. Here is my example. In conclusion, modern technology provides us with the great opportunity to perform our work from home, and there are obvious advantages to it, such as increased work efficiency, flexibility, and more free time. However, we need to keep an eye on how to use this chance with benefit by being able to manage our time effectively and paying attention to our health in order to minimize possible negative aspects. Alright, so this is what you do. So here I briefly summarized advantages: increased work efficiency, flexibility, more free time, and also I mentioned some disadvantages. Like I kinda didn't mention them, but I briefly stated what should be avoided. Yeah, so we should pay more attention on to our health, and then we will minimize this possible aspects, negative aspects, by managing ourselves. All right, and actually this is it. Okay, so I hope that I made it easier for you, and now you know how to organize your essay. So, and that's brings us to actually the end of our lesson. Alright guys, thank you very much for being with me today. And if you haven't subscribed to this YouTube channel yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon if you'd like to get notified of all our upcoming lessons. If you have any questions or suggestions, or maybe you want to ask something about essay writing and you aren't sure of something, feel absolutely free to write any questions in the comments below the video and I'll answer them. Alright guys, that's it, and thank you very much for being with me today again. Don't forget please to visit our website losangeles.englishschool.com, and we also have IELTS and TOEFL preparation, by the way. Also, if you'd like to get essay correction service or probably also speaking correction service for TOEFL, you can also check. We have this service where you write your essays and you just send them to us and we check them and provide evaluation and correction. So the same thing with speaking TOEFL. So you record yourself speaking and you send this to us and we check it and you get your evaluation and all recommendations. All right, so you can check this out, and if you have any questions, you always can turn to me and you can reach out straight to me. All right, and I wish you a fantastic day or evening or afternoon, whatever you are going to have, and I hope to see you in my next lesson. Bye.